Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Reverend Wright. Today, I want to talk about how our words have power. The Bible says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. So there's power in our speech and how we talk. Let's dive into this one. The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Now, before we go any further, we are going to take a closer look on the reasons why we say what we say. It comes from deep within our minds. So our minds is the key factor in all of this. The way we think determines how we feel. And the way we feel creates an atmosphere around us which determines our mood. So, how we think is the key factor on how we are going to act and react. It is important to understand that the mind is the source. If you're feeling sad, all you have to do is a simple shift in your thinking. If you start thinking happy thoughts, think on things that'll make you feel good, then you will start feeling good. And then your mood will shift along with your thought process. This is easy in understanding that your mind determines everything. Everything. It is no surprise that Satan targets our minds, because he knows if he wants you to do certain things, get involved in certain things, he must first get you to think it first, and then he can get you to do what he wants you to do. So it is important, just like I said before in the Gatekeeper series, protect your minds, safeguard your minds, because he's after that. Our words have power. We have literally created our life up until this point. Everything that we are experiencing right now comes from how we think and the words that we say. 'Cause, beloved, believe it or not, your words indeed have power. Yes. I'm reminded of a situation that happened to me years ago when I was a teenager, staying at home with my parents along with my brother and 4 sisters. As I stated before, my dad, he did not care where he moved us to. We stayed, like I said before, in some of the worst situations, and it was pretty bad back then. But I want to tell you about one particular home that he wanted to move us to. We was being evicted yet out of another home, so it was imperative that we find somewhere to go. My dad, again, found this house somewhere in Southampton. The house looked like it was abandoned for years, had trees laying on top of the roof. Inside the house was nasty. The kitchen had a huge hill in it where my mama could stand at the top of the mount like Moses and wash the dishes. It was bad. My dad gathered all of us up, my brother, my 4 sisters, took us down to that house. And when we saw that house, we could not believe it. We were looking at that house like, oh my God. Yeah. And he told us, get in that house and clean that house up. We did what he said, but God knows we did not want to move in that house. I remember as we was finishing up for the day, cleaning up that mess, before we left, my sisters stood in front of that house and cursed the house. Yes, they started to say stuff like, we are not going to leave here. We are not going to live here. House burned to the ground. House burned to the ground. It was almost like watching 4 witches casting a spell, but they were serious. House burned to the ground, they kept saying, almost like a chant. So we left, went on back on home. The next day, when me, my brother, and my father came back to that house, it was nothing but ashes. The house had burned to the ground. Burned to the ground. And you see, my sisters, we all felt a deep hatred for that house. And when they were speaking from the abundance of their heart, meant what they said, and they came together as one, and it came to pass. Yahweh said in the book of Genesis, when they was building the Tower of Babel to reach the sky, he said these words: these people are as one. And there's nothing that's going to stop them from doing what they intend to do, because they were as one and they worked as one. So this, I'm telling you, is real. There is power in the words we say. That is the reason why Satan strives so hard to get us to think negatively, so we will speak negatively and speak curses upon ourselves. We have to be so careful. How we think, how we feel determines what we say. All of this play a part in how we live. Make it a habit to speak blessings upon yourself. Today is going to be a great day. I'm blessed and highly favored. I got a lot of good things in me I'm about to bring out into the world. It's important that we speak blessings upon ourselves so we can be a blessing to other people. Let's bless ourselves to be a blessing. Let's speak life instead of death. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad, not sad, but glad in it. It is our decision to be happy or sad. No one can make you mad. No one can do these things. You decide to. You can ignore it and remain happy. Keep in a good mood. Let no one control you. And I know, believe me, I know. I even struggle with that sometimes. People can get on your nerves so bad, but it's up to us to let it get to us. It's up to us to react good or bad. It's our decision. We make that decision to get mad, angry, and do things. Or we can remain happy and rejoiceful and not let it bother you. It's always our decision. Stay in control. We must stay in control on how we think. Because how we think determines how we feel. How we feel determines our mood. And our mood determines how we talk. If all of this determines the greatest power that we have in the words that we speak, then it's imperative that we stay in control of our minds so that the devil does not control us. Very important. Your mind is the greatest asset that you have. It has the ability to take you anywhere in life that you want to go. It can build up, it can tear down, bring to life, and kill. It's all up to you. How you think determines how you live in this world. God bless you. God bless. Hello. If you like what you heard, please, if you haven't done already, subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell and like this video. God bless you. Thank you.